Hello, YouTube fans. This is the Skull. I'm here to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, you guys know, if you've been on my channel, you know how I feel about Final Fantasy VII. You know, and if you don't know, if you're new, I'll give you a recap. I was hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was, at one point in my life. I remember a long time ago beating Crisis Core for the PSP, and I love Crisis Core. I love that game so fucking much. One of the best PSP games of all time, hands down. And then 15 came out, and I was hyped for 15. Then I played Final Fantasy 15, and it is one of the worst Final Fantasy games of all time, and I will say that to the fucking moon and back. Why? Because it is. It's the worst Final Fantasy game of all time. For crying out loud, I can hold a button and it will play all by itself. For crying out loud, I could talk crap about Kingdom Hearts 3, because I will get into that. I could talk about crap about Kingdom Hearts 3, but God forbid I talk crap about Final Fantasy 15. Like, for real? Did you play that shit? Did you play that shit? And the people that didn't play that shit, I can understand. You probably played the demo and then they changed a few stuff and everything like that and didn't show you what they were supposed to give you. You know, false advertisement. Yo, I agree with you if you feel that way. Because I felt that way when I fucking played the game. And then so many side quests and so many side shit. I was upset. I was just like, what is this? What is this game? What is this game? The characters, to be honest, a lot of people make fun of the main characters. To be honest, I would take the main characters out of the game and put them in a different game, because they don't deserve to be in that game, in my opinion. That's the only highlight to me in that game, is those 4 main characters. Anything else, drop it. Drop it like a bad fucking habit. I don't care. Like, I literally don't give a fuck. I barely give a fuck about the villain. And he's supposed to be connected to the freaking hero. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I give a fuck about the hero being connected to the villain. Like, I think that's cool and shit. But the way they did it, the way Square Enix did it, or Square did it, is stupid as all hell to me. So, yeah, I did not enjoy 15 at all, whatsoever. There were some parts I did enjoy, like some of the boss fights, like almost at the end, but other than that, it sucked. It literally sucked. So then I played Kingdom Hearts 3. That's the thing, when I was playing 15, I literally told myself they're going to do this to Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake. The people that have watched my videos say that, yup, you literally said that. And guess what? They did it. They did it to Kingdom Hearts 3. And most people are like, what are you talking about? An unfinished game. Same thing with 15. 15 came out unfinished. You know? It really did. And they had episodic episodes and everything like that for these characters that should have been in the fucking game to begin with. We said the same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3. But since I said that to Kingdom Hearts 3, oh, God forbid, I'm a hater. I've been a Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan since the first game. Since the first fucking game. When it first came out. I played that shit. I didn't play a lot of it, but eventually I did. I think it was before Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. And then after Kingdom Hearts 2, I played a lot more of Kingdom Hearts 1 also. And the thing is, and then it goes back to Nomura. Nomura did not care to make another Kingdom Hearts game. Kingdom Hearts 2 was literally the end, the swan song. Even though there were still questions lingering and left over and shit, we still didn't mind because it had a good ending, a good proper ending. So I came back to the island and shit. And then you get Kingdom Hearts 3 that literally just nosedives everything that you were supposed to fucking do with all the side games and everything like that. Some people hate. That's the thing. I didn't mind the side games. But now, when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I'm all like, what is this? This is all pointless. Why you did the fucking side games then? Why? For no fucking reason. No reason. And I still have this fucking goddamn box here. I should throw this away. I should burn it. $80. Most people are like, oh, that's dumb. Did you do the same thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake? Then shut the fuck up. For real, man. For when I got Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm like, they better not fuck this up. They better not fuck it up. They better not take literally inspiration from 15 to Kingdom Hearts 3. And guess what? They did. They did. The only difference is Kingdom Hearts 3 is battle system. When they updated, it got better. Then they put the DLC stuff and the storyline shit. Yeah, but the same people that applaud that for Kingdom Hearts 3 talk the same crap about Final Fantasy 15. And yet they still bought it. I didn't buy that shit. Why? Because it was stupid. That told me, in my eyes, Square told me that they did not finish it. So why the fuck should I keep buying or put money into an unfinished product? Square Enix, you owe me $60 and $80 for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15. You owe me that money. You do. Most people are like, oh no, I'll just give you half of that. No. You give me the whole fucking damn price. 60 and 80. Okay? And that goes for anyone that bought the same shit too. Alright? Give us our fucking money back. For real. I'm not saying you would do it, but, just throw that out there. And then Final Fantasy VII comes out. The remake. And I made videos of saying, literally saying you guys are not going to get the same Final Fantasy game that you got in the PS1 game. If you want to play Final Fantasy VII, play the original Final Fantasy VII. You're not going to get that in the remake. And so many people hated me for that. I'm not talking about my fan base. I'm talking about other people that didn't know my videos and other people that were like, oh, fuck off and shit. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? I said this back in, holy shit, when they first showed the trailer to Final Fantasy VII Remake. And now I'm not talking about back in PS3 era. They should have done that a long time ago when people were like, yeah, Final Fantasy VII on the PS3, yeah. Oh no, we're not doing it. We're just testing it to see how the graphics are. The fact that we still talk about to this day tells that Square fucked up. Most people are like, you need to let that go, man. Why? Why should we let that go? A game that people have been asking for many years, and then you finally give it to us, but you give us half-ass it, and you do it episodically. I didn't buy the game. That's the thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's why when I played Kingdom Hearts 3, that's why I was like, it's official. I'm not buying your games anymore, Square. Fuck off. My friend wanted to pre-order a game. And the lady from GameStop, you know how GameStop is, she was just like, oh, but here's Final Fantasy VII Remake. And he looked at it and he's like, no. Because he's more of a Kingdom Hearts fan than he is a Final Fantasy fan. Not to say he doesn't like Final Fantasy. His first Final Fantasy game was 10, A lot of people, that was their first Final Fantasy game. And that's fine. I agree with some people. 10 is like the last good game. If not, then maybe a little bit of 13, but not really. I'll say 12. 12 was literally the definitive good last game, even though they had a main character that was just fucking annoying and Vaughn. But I'm not getting into that. But, and the thing is, I talked about this for the PlayStation 4 also. The PlayStation 4 is just going to be known as a system that's just pumping out remakes. What's it known for? Literally. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like, yeah, is that it? Is there anything more games? Maybe Indivisible. Shout out to that game. Love that game. The thing is, some Square Enix side games are way better than their normal games. Like Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy, I actually enjoy that shit. I haven't beaten it, but I'm almost close there. But it's still a good game and it's fun. And yes, the characters might be cheesy and all that shit, but it's still fun. It's not like that cringeworthy of like, oh god, And the summons, like Shiva and Ifrit, they're funny. They're really good. They have character. And that's something that we don't fucking get in new mainline Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts games. What happened? You made Sora stupid. You got Final Fantasy 15 and you made it into a clusterfuck. And you took Final Fantasy 7, remake. It's not even a remake. It's basically a reboot. From all the clips that I've seen, it's a reboot. Because this game, well, you could say it's a reboot, or it's the thing is, this game, a Final Fantasy VII Remake, takes place at the same time as the original game. And I'm just like, because I saw the clips of the ending of Sephiroth and Zack. When I saw Zack there, that threw me off. I was like, wait a minute. Zack is dead. Okay? If Zack is alive, he would never got the Buster Sword. Cloud would never got the Buster Sword. Cloud never would have had that trauma, that development of his friend dying and then becoming his best friend in Final Fantasy VII, and then realizing, I'm sorry, I've been acting like this person this whole time because this happened, A, B, and C, and D. People that have played or know Final Fantasy VII, the original, knows what Cloud went through and knows that he was being like Zack. Everyone knew that. And you fucked it up, Square. You fucked it up. The thing is, yeah, I might be sad that Zack died, but we have Cloud. And Cloud learned a lot from Zack if you played Crisis Core or the original Final Fantasy. I haven't beaten the original Final Fantasy VII, and I already know that because I gotten that far into the game. For kind of loud, I have them for PC, the original. And I used to have it on physical copy, but then I sold it. I might get physical copy again for the PS1 version. Because the because the PlayStation 4 version, the remake, come on, man. Really, come on. What did you do? What did you do? I played the demo, and the only thing that I picked from the demo was the turn-based. And to me, that was fine. There was a few things that I was just like, eh. But the biggest thing that was in my head is that, oh, this is like 15, but you made it a little slightly better. But not so much that people were like, oh, good job. But slightly to be like, you know what, this is at least better than the Final Fantasy 15 gameplay. You know? Which is terrible. Which is terrible. Because you can defend 15 all you want, but you holding a button and the character going like, pop, pop, pop. Do you have to do that in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2? No, you fucking did it, boo-boo. You had to fucking tap it. Because it made you feel that you actually fucking beating fucker. Freaking beating up people. Instead of just holding the button. What am I, putting gasoline in? Seriously. That's something that we'll put for Grand Theft Auto. Hey, you want to put gasoline in your car? Okay, put the freaking thing in, and the hole with the gas goes in, and freaking hold the button. Like, something like that. Fucking for real, like, it looks like something that, Rockstar would do or something like that. Not to say they would, but who knows? They probably would. But that would be like a mini game, something simple, not something that's major for the fucking gameplay. You're not playing Grand Theft Auto and you're holding one button and all of a sudden, no, you, because that's how it is. You could say, oh, that gun is automatic, but it still does not matter. Gameplay is gameplay. If you're going to hold a button, the player's going to be bored. If they're tapping the button, they might get intrigued or the battle. And when I saw the Zack part, I'm just like, you basically retcon it. Technically. Not the whole thing, because the originals are still there. But the fact that you decided, that's the thing, that's what fucks me over a little bit too. You have a perfectly good story right there, Square. Of Final Fantasy VII, the original. And you could have changed a few stuff and that would have been fine. But you grabbed it and took chunks out and decided to do your own shit. Because Nomura's there now. Apparently Tetsuya Nomura doesn't give a fuck anymore. Newsflash. Coded is the reason why he came back. And Coded, you can say whatever you want about Coded. I still enjoyed the game for what it was, but knowing that Coded brought him back, and he still didn't give a fuck because he just wanted to make a Kingdom Hearts game for the phone, shows a lot. And plus, when that game came out, it was only for the phone, and it had character and it had story development for the next game. That type of shit is literally like Nomura type of shit. And I fucking realized that that's his mindset. I don't know why that became his mindset, but that's the thing. I think Nomura, that's the thing. I think Nomura became too big of himself. Why? Because you had all these people helping him, and then after Kingdom Hearts 2, you had these people not helping him anymore, and he did other stuff, and now he's this high guy, but all he did was made characters and made a franchise called Kingdom Hearts. That's all he did, and made a few monsters. That's all he did. And yet he's praised like the fucking moon, like he created Final Fantasy. There's a difference if he created Kingdom Hearts. Okay, fine, he gets praised by that. Okay, fine. But why does he get praised for Final Fantasy? Just because he made characters that are iconic, right? But that's fine. He could be an established guy in Square Enix, but don't make him as a director. Don't make him as a focal point. You know? I feel like that's the thing. I feel like Nomura needs somebody that is there just to eye on him. And to be like, okay, don't fuck this up. This is what you're supposed to do. It needs to be like more of like a fantasy based, more story driven and shit, you know? And Nomura's not like that. Nomura's not story driven. He's not. And you notice that with some of his games that he's a part of. And anyone that is a part of his work, that's the thing. Anything that Nomura touches that he didn't write or didn't wrote for like the story and all that, it's good. But anything that he did is bad. At least that's the thing. Kingdom Hearts wasn't bad. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories wasn't bad. Kingdom Hearts 2 wasn't bad. And I feel like and I feel like Birth by Sleep wasn't that bad or Coded, but call a spade. Eventually you saw those coming in Birth by Sleep. You saw that a little bit in Birth by Sleep, and I'm just like, I remember looking at it and I'm just like, what Square Enix are doing here? Like, I'm enjoying the game so far, but what they're doing, this is not looking good. Even as a child, I knew that this company was heading to a direction that I was not happy for. And then when 15 came out, it was literally a nail of the coffin saying that, yeah, we're going to do this whether you like it or not. Fuck you, bitch. And it's just like, do you know what you're doing to your hardcore fans, Square? They're leaving. They're all leaving. They're going out the fucking goddamn door. And to be honest, I'm getting more Square games than Enix games. I'm getting more Enix games than Square games. Because I recently bought Dragon Quest VII. And I'm having the time of my life with that game. And that game gave me more satisfaction than 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm not playing Final Fantasy VII Remake until all of this shit is blown over. Because you know they're doing episodics. We all know that shit. We all know that. But the people that pointed out that have beaten the game, they're like, I think this is just going to be like 2 disc or 3 disc. Because they changed so much. And it frustrated me. Because when you know about the Grim Reapers that you need to fight and everything like that, and then the time group of like, hey, this is happening the same time with Final Fantasy VII, and I'm just like, Nomura. It sounds like a Nomura shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Did the guy that created Final Fantasy approve of this? Because the reason he loved Final Fantasy VII so much is because the reason it has so much emotion and all that is because his mom died. And he wanted to put that out there to make it emotion of how he felt when that shit was happening. And he wondered, where do people go when they're gone? Did Nomura ever thought about that? No, he didn't. Because if he did, that shit no one wouldn't complain about the game. And especially if they did that, on Metacritic, it would have been a higher score. Think about it, guys. A game that's been hyped several fucking goddamn times doesn't have a 90 on Metacritic? Come on, man. Come on. Final Fantasy VII Remake. People that went like, for when it first announced, and yet it's not 90 or more than that on Metacritic. Think. It's stupid. And the thing is, I love Square and I love Enix. But right now, Enix is putting better quality, is doing better quality of their games than Square is doing. And I haven't got to the Star themed saga that Enix made a long time ago, but I heard that good things about that, so I might go to Star Ocean series. So I might go to that series because it looks fun. I might get the first one because I see a first one in the mom and pop shop a few days ago. So I might get that one. But there's other games I still haven't played too. You know, like the thing is, Square at the time back in the 90s and a little bit of 2000s were killing it. They could still kill it, but they don't, because this company's been around for so long that there's money grubbing fucking goddamn people that don't give a fuck about us. And since some of the people that were there that have a lot of money, they don't care either. Why? Because we still buy that fucking crap. When the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, you think I bought that shit? People complain that they paid $40 or $30 for it. You are pathetic. If you bought that shit, I'm sorry. You paid a $60 or $80 game. I paid $80 for Kingdom Hearts 3. I should have never done that. But, you know, I thought it was going to be a good game. Foolish me, right? Sorry that as a gamer, that I wanted a good product game. Sorry, Square. Every time Square has a chance to fuck over the fans, they do it. They do it. They WWE it if you're a wrestling fan. Look at all the shit they've done after Kingdom Hearts 2. That's why they have other games like Bravely Default, Bravely Second. People love those games. And they make Square money. And Square knows that. But what makes them bigger money? Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. And Dragon Quest. But trust me, if Square wanted, they would have milked Dragon Quest to the fucking moon. But they won't. Why? Because Enix won't let them. They won't let them. They're not going to let their baby be destroyed. Mostly every Dragon Quest game has came out good. The new Dragon Quest game that just came out, like for the PS4, I know it's been a while, but the recent one, I freaking love it. Like, I mean, I haven't played it, but I want to play it because it looks fun. And I played a little bit on the Switch version, and it's fun. And the thing is, when you look at Dragon Quest, they haven't changed their gameplay all that much. Only a little bit. For crying out loud, they were going to make it action RPG in Dragon Quest IX, and people flipped. Understandable, to be quite honest. But guess what they did? They compromised. That is what a company should do. They should compromise. And Square does not do that. Enix does. So what they did with Dragon Quest IX, they were like, okay, you pick different enemies, and they go up to them and they attack, basically. And the enemies do the same thing, but they do it to random people, basically. It's not like you attack that person. I mean, it's still like that, but it's still random also, you know? Like, it's almost like a tactics at the same time, you know? Which I like. I really love the gameplay for Dragon Quest IX. I really fucking do. And you could tell that they took that aspect and they did a little bit with the re-releases of Dragon Quest that came out for the 3DSs. You could tell. Because when I'm playing Dragon Quest 7, I'm all like, oh, okay, this feels like literally a little bit of Dragon Quest 9 a little bit, just a little different, you know, more traditional than what it was than what Dragon Quest 9 was. But I still loved it because it takes homage to it. Stuff like that is great, but Square does not do it. Enix does, but Square is just like, let's just remake these games and fuck them up. Like, what the fuck, man? Square, like, again, I say this too. No one's not talking about this game. Nobody. Like, have you seen people stream it and review it? Like, people are reviewing it and everything like that, but is people talking it as much as they should? Think about that. And it's funny too, because on April 9th or the 8th, I looked at my calendar and I'm like, wait a minute. People already got the game. Like, people that got it for us and before the release comes out, you know? And I'm just like, I didn't know that Final Fantasy VII Remake was coming out this month. I thought it was going to come out in September, to be quite honest. To be honest, I wouldn't mind for all the shit that they did. Might as well, because that shit is not open world. I know it's not. You can see it from the gameplay. It's still linear. You're still walking straight like Final Fantasy 13. For crying out loud, Final Fantasy 13 had a big open area eventually. And you took time with that shit because you appreciated it. But no, fuck all of that shit, right? Even 15 had a big freaking world map. And 15's world map still sucks. Why? Because you go to your car and you stuck in the grid. Really? Does that happen to Final Fantasy 9? To Final Fantasy 7 the original? To Final Fantasy 8 the original? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You can drive everywhere. Did it happen to the original Final Fantasy? No, it didn't. They didn't put you on a grid. You could just roam everywhere. But now it's like, I can't even fucking turn. And then it goes like, and I can grab an old Final Fantasy game, turn my airship, and I'm already turning. Come on, man. Something as simple as flying, they fucked up. Come on, man. Wake up. Stop buying Square games. If you want, buy Enix games, because they're better. They're better. At least they're trying. At least they're trying. Because Square is not trying at all. And I won't be surprised if eventually Enix is like, you know what, our partnership, it's been fun, but I think we need to stop. I won't be surprised. At this point, I won't be surprised. Because if Enix leaves, I guarantee you, Square will die. Oh, but they're a billion-dollar company. Keep doing what they're doing and let's see how much they will, fall. Because they were already falling already. It's funny too, because they made a game called Babylon. They're making a game called Babylon Falls, right? So that's pretty ironic. Square Falls. And then you're working with Disney to do this Avenger games and all that. I mean the Marvel Avenger game. It looks dope, yes, but at the same time, if it's from Square, I'm not buying it. Because we know how because we know how Square is. We know how they are. We know how they are. And the fact that you did this to Final Fantasy VII Remake, and people, that's the thing. The true hardcore Final Fantasy VII fans are going to be upset about this. They are. I'm not a true hardcore Final Fantasy fan. I love Final Fantasy VII. I do. But hearing all this stuff about what they did to the game upsets me. Not too extremely, but it accepts me. It makes me upset because I saw this coming. And yet everyone is all like, no, what are you talking about? Watch it be a masterpiece. Watch it getting like 10 out of 10. Is it getting at 10 out of 10 ratings? No, it's not. It's literally getting 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Forget, again, going back, if a game has been hyped for several years, you expect the game to get either a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. No, it got an 8 out of 10. That's still pretty good. No, it's not. Especially if you've been hyping it up for more than 5 years. We got 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 years. 8 fucking goddamn years. If not 8, then 7 years. Come on, man. Come on. Come the fuck on. Listen, like, fucking for real. Like, if you've been waiting for that game for a long time, and then you got it, and then you see the reviews of it, you'd be like, I was expecting to get like a 9 out of 10 or a 90. Why I got an 8? Exactly. That's how you know they're fucking damn lazy. And they don't care. Square Enix does not care. Or at least Square. Square part of it does not care. Enix part of it, they kind of care. Because they go out with their games. They help the fans. And if they do remake it, they make it better. They make it more like suitable for people that are going to come into the game that haven't played it before. And that is what you're supposed to do. Instead of making it literally like kindergarten gameplay. Final Fantasy 15, holding a fucking goddamn button and like... I'm sorry, that pissed me off so fucking much. Especially when you're black. You can't get hit at all whatsoever. Like you could, but as long as you're blocking, no one's not going to touch you in 15. So, that's my thoughts, guys, of everything. Of everything, how I feel about Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I knew they were going to do this to Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I've said it countless fucking damn times. But I'm the stupid one, right? I'm the hater. Yeah. So when I talk about for Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy fans will agree with me, right? But when I do it to Final Fantasy, everyone will criticize me. Even the Kingdom Hearts fans, right? Like, it doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, I'm just like, guys, you being stupid. You're being so hypocritical. You're doing what literally Square Enix wants. Kick out the old fans and bring in newcomers that don't know shit about this game. For kind of loud, I watched a YouTube video and one of them said, well, the graphics look nice, so I'm going to play it. I'm just like, you are the problem with gaming. You should not give a fuck about the graphics. You should care about the fucking gameplay and story. Those are the two major things for a video game. The graphics are literally just sprinkles. Literally sprinkles. A cherry on top of the game. That's what it is. That's what it should be. That's what it really truly is. But you're not going to play an Atari 2600 game, right? Because of the graphics? You're a hypocrite fuck. Hypocrite. Play Adventure on the Atari 2600. Oh no, that sucks. No, it's actually a pretty fucking awesome game. It is. It's actually pretty fucking fun. But you won't know that because, the graphics. That's the same type of mindset when people talk about with the Pac-Man fucking Atari 2600 game. And that's still stupid. So, I'm done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about how I feel about all this shit that's happened to what Square is doing. And if you disagree with me, just dislike it. I'm sorry, just dislike it. Because at this point, you telling Square Enix, thank you for giving us half-ass fucking games. Can you keep giving us it? No. I do not want to pay a $60 game or $80 game that is half-ass and not complete. That's the majority number one rule. You didn't complete it. Oh no, we finished it. Let's just bring it out and then we can finish it later. People that buy unfinished games are part of the problem. And that's why I'm done with fucking goddamn Square Enix. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Happened with 15, happened with Kingdom Hearts 3. I am gonna fucking fall through with Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And guess what? It happened. And yet, I'm the fool, right?